Mr. Flynn has become a central part of Mr. Mueller's investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. National Security Advisor Michael Flynn in February. Photo by Mario Tamaghetti. Images. Former U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara has said cooperating with Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation may be the only sane and rational move for ex-National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Mr. Flynn has become a central part of Mr. Mueller's probe into whether Trump campaign advisors colluded with the Russian government to influence the 2016 election. The investigation also reportedly involves a probe into whether President Donald Trump obstructed justice when he allegedly asked ex-FBI Director James Comey to drop an inquiry into Mr. Flynn. This week it was said that lawyers for Mr. Flynn have stopped sharing information with Mr. Trump's lawyers about the investigation, the clearest indication to date that Mr. Flynn is cooperating with Mr. Mueller, according to the New York Times. A lawyer for Mr. Flynn did not immediately respond to the Independent's request for comment. Lawyers for both Mr. Flynn and Mr. Trump declined to comment to the Times. In a tweet, Mr. Bharara, who was dismissed by Mr. Trump earlier this year, suggested that helping with the investigation may be Mr. Flynn's only chance to save himself and his son, Michael Flynn Jr., following reports that prosecutors have enough evidence to charge them both. Mr. Flynn's son also worked on the Trump campaign. If you're dead to rights, flipping on others and cooperating with the prosecution is the only sane and rational move, Mr. Bharara said. Also, prosecutors accept cooperation only if you can provide substantial assistance higher up in the food chain. Stay tuned. Mr. Flynn joined the campaign as an advisor in January 2016. He was selected to be Mr. Trump's national security advisor during the transition, but resigned in February after it was revealed that he had misled Vice President Mike Pence about his conversations with a Russian official. If you're dead to rights, flipping on others and cooperating with the prosecution is the only sane and rational move. Also, prosecutors accept cooperation only if you can provide substantial assistance higher up in the food chain. Stay tuned. https://t.co/8y Preet Bharara. Preet Bharara. November 24, 2017. At least one former Trump team member has already agreed to cooperate with Mr. Mueller. George Papadopoulos, a low-level campaign staffer, recently pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his conversations with a professor with Russia ties. Court documents revealed in Mr. Papadopoulos' indictment showed the professor had promised the campaign staffer dirt on Hillary Clinton in the form of thousands of emails. More about Michael Flynn. Donald Trump. Preet Bharara. Reuse content. We use cookies to enhance your visit to our site and to bring you advertisements that might interest you. Read our privacy and cookie policies to find out more.